Good morning, wakey wakey. Happy Thursday. I'm Katrina, the author of the book Crave. I got to say that all the time, but I'm about to stop saying it because I'm tired of saying it, okay? Anyway, so I think I got my lighting a little bit better today in this room. This room is dark. Um, Even the lights are just like little, you know, anyway, not so, you know. So I went downstairs to get breakfast and then I got my husband, what you call it, an apple thing, and the lady heated it for him. But you missed out, son. You missed out. Happy Thursday. So today I want to talk about mm, a detour. I'm going to have my breakfast while we're on here because it's a small breakfast with Crave, okay? hmm I got breakfast from Tim Horton. It's like their Dunkin' Donuts. It's pretty good though. I can't front on it. All right, so I want to talk about trust the detour because sometimes in life things don't work out the way we think they're going to work out. I got my cute necklace on. Grandbaby love this necklace. I wear it all the time because I know she loves it. Uh-oh. Did I just break it? Oh, no, it wasn't never clamp. Lord, look at me. All right. There we go. She in the place to be. All right. So I want to talk about trust the detour. Sometimes things in life happen. We upset. We don't understand. But it's just preparing us for something else. I'm thinking, I want to say. I'm going to choose my words correctly. That's why I stop like that because I got to watch what I say. I could be a little reckless. Um, when someone leaves your life, you could be hurt. It's a distraction. It's, life changing, but it's also for a reason. Because sometimes we hold on to things that God Himself is trying to tear apart, or He heard conversations we did not hear. So I take it as if I allow you in my life, and I'm a type of person, I don't like a lot of people around me. I don't like you know, a big crowd. I don't like, that's just me. I don't, all that, because people, when you think they're for you, especially when you allow them to come to your event or come to your house and they put their foot underneath your table and sip on, your ginger ale and, you know, and just enjoy the laughter and the fun of that. And then next thing you know, life shows you something about that person. And to me, I don't know if I can't say I would be angry if somebody left my life because I always been by myself, always been a loner. I always call myself a highway because I sit alone. But of course, I have a husband now, so he ain't got no other choice but to sit there. That's his job. So, but you know, I've never been the one to say why. It's just like that's just me. It's a reason for everything. The universe actually protects you in ways that we don't understand. Whether it's a friendship, uh, a family member, or just that good morning person, you know, that you can give a small conversation with. And sometimes you appreciate the little people like mine. I was working in a building and I always had a TV partner. I miss that because that was cool and it wasn't based on who's in your house, who you had dinner with. Now, did you watch? I like friendships like that. I have a TV friend. I think that's so awesome. And I know sometimes we're at work and we want that one friend that we can hang with all day, trip and get through the day with. That's a wonderful thing if you have that. But sometimes we don't have that. And well, we think we have it, and then that one friend do something at work and people like, yo, what the? So when the universe presents something to you, you have to pay attention to it. You have to trust the process. So when I say detour, that's the detour. Oh, damn, I can't rock with you no more. Mm. So, or let's jump into a relationship and then you think that you're not good enough for this person. It's a detour. And you are good enough for this person. This person don't deserve you. And gotta remember, sometimes God hit conversations that you didn't hear. Or you're not paying attention because it might be the curve. Who knows? Or it just might be some of us want company so bad and you know this person is not good for you, but it's just the thought of having company, just the thought of being around someone and you're not alone. I think a lot of people don't realize you could be alone with company and that could be a little different, you know, because you're thinking this person is for you, but they're not. And the next thing you know, something comes out, it's over, and now it's a detour. And now it's like, what do I do now without this person? Like, I've been talking to this person for so long. We've been cool for so long. You know, that's like a person on a job, and then they're like, girl, I got a new job, I'm leaving. And let's just say that that's my TV partner. And you're like, damn, you know, it's a detour. A detour does not mean always bad. It just, your time is up. Because I don't think people know that we're in each other's life for a season. Don't get used to nobody. Every day people change. Every day people show you who they are, and you have to believe them. Because I think when I think sometimes when we get used to people, we overlook the bullshit. It's like, but some bullshit you just can't overlook. I just think that depending on the situation, if something goes down at work, can you overlook something? Can you be the bigger person? I think I could be the bigger person, but I can't break bread with you. I can't sit at the table with you. I can give you that good morning. Oh, look at your shoes. I like your shoes. I got that for you. But far as being accompanied to you and at a dinner or whatever the case may be, I can't do that because it's nothing about me phony. If I don't rock with you, I don't rock with you. Um, I don't care if you're a family member of this person that I don't rock with, because at the end of the day, y'all family, and your loyalty lies with them. My loyalty lies with mine. So when I say I don't rock with you, like say like if you did something to my granddaughter, my husband, or something like that, we're done. I'm so sorry. We're not cool because that's mine, and you should feel the same way about yours. So just preparing for a detour when you think something is going great, but if it's a detour, then it's because, like I said, God saw something or heard something that you didn't. And now he got to throw this curveball at you. And you might not like the curveball, but you got to take it. It's there for a reason, you know? And you wonder why I couldn't work out or why this, why that, but we can't question him. So, it is what it is. But so say like if, let's give an example. Like if you miss the bus, right? And how do you know that bus, how do you know you missing that bus didn't save you from something? You could have avoided an accident. Just like sometimes if you're sitting in traffic and you're getting pissed off, I think life is holding you up for something, for protection. It could be. It could be anything, you know. So that's how you got to look at a detour. Friends, family, co-workers, just everyday people. Everyday people. It's a detour. And if life gives you that detour about that person, then it is what it is. Because you got to realize something so beautiful could be on the other side. And like I said in my live yesterday, remember your family, your job is not your family. You're not. You're there for one reason only, and that's to get paid. I don't care what job you do. The president of the United States, you're there because you get paid, honey. You ain't doing it for free. all the perks and the benefits of it. That's why you're there. Any job, Uber driver, you're there for the drive to get paid and then the tips. You know, a waitress, tips, definitely for your tips. So you got to remember that a detour is not a bad thing. I never looked at it like that. I always thought like, dang, you know, oh man, I missed the bus. Or when I was catching the bus, I used to get so pissed off I missed the bus. And that's because I had to pick my son up. And what was it? Every 3 minutes you're late is $5, right? I didn't have no money. I mean, girlfriend didn't have, child, girlfriend didn't have it, honey. Mm, I used to be so pissed off. But now at my big age, I look at it like, okay, it was a reason why I missed that bus. It's protection. So let's see. Sometimes God like the way your love is set up for a person that don't deserve you. Oh, so I wrote this, and sometimes the way you set up friendship, relationship, familyship, sometimes people don't deserve the love you give, and so the love you give, sometimes they'll serve pain to you that you don't deserve. So and that's when the detour comes in. So I think that's what I was trying to say in this little situation I wrote right here. But definitely, like, be mindful of the detour. The detour is okay. You're going through a divorce. It's a detour. You don't want it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, a divorce, when you get a divorce, I think it's that either person don't want it. Or one person do, one person don't. Or one person has physically left a relationship. To me, a marriage, you have to both want to be in it. And if you don't want to be in it, please separate the detour. A lot of people don't like the detour. But if the detour help you sleep at night, do the detour. The other person might not be happy, but you know, boyfriend and girlfriend, a job, uh, anything. Now, let's say if you miss your ship, that detour. What is life saying to you if you miss your ship? Okay, so if you're on a port and the ship say, "Hey, I want you back here at 4 o'clock," you push it. You come back 4:15, and all you see is the boat pulling out. Right? What is your lesson in that? My lesson, I would say, for that is learn to respect time. You don't respect time. You think the sun rises and sets on your ass, and it does not. That's why you miss the ship. You think somebody's going to wait for you? That's not going to work. That's not going to happen, right? So we have to learn how to respect time. So life had to give you a detour. And mind you, excuse me, I saw this when I was on the ship. I don't play. My ship said be back by 6 o'clock. Girlfriend was back by 2 o'clock. I don't play. I would shower, change clothes and everything, and waving to the people. Hey, bye. And all you seen was the lady drop to her knees. So now you have to figure out, because life was showing her you need to respect time. So, all right, so what you do is you get up off your knees and figure out how to get to the next port or you fly home. And God's willing, you got your passport on you. But most people don't carry that passport. Me, when I step off that ship, let me tell you something, honey. Passport is on me. I do not play. Even in Canada, my passport is in my phone. Like, no, we're not doing this. So, I mean, hopefully the lady learned her lesson. Now it's like basically I'm teaching you that this detour that I gave you is because you don't respect time. And I think we was in the Bahamas. I think it was Cozumel, Mexico. I think it was in Cozumel, Mexico. So you just the life of the detour of a life is definitely life changing to some people. Whether it's you losing your job, that's a detour. Sometimes you've been so comfortable at that job, and life is like, you think I'm playing with you. No, I need you to move on because you're better than that. I see potential in you. You understand? So, and also, not a job, a relationship, abuse. And not the GV, but far as you spending money on this person, or because we have friendships that can you come pick me up, or can I borrow some money? That's all they want. And never show any type of love, and they just a user. So then God will present something to you and be like, oh, this is done. This friendship is done, whether you like it or not. Now, I was going to touch on something. I'm going to be good. Husband, I'm being good. Okay. Anyway. Hmm. Anyway, so with coworkers, life will show you a little something, something about a detour. They'll show you who you hang with and who you don't. You understand me? Life will show you who's good for you and who's not. You gotta pay attention, because sometimes we don't pay attention. We ignore the signs, like Master Mercedes. Well, go pick up the book. The book around here somewhere, but go pick up the book. You know. But so just be mindful of the detour. It's okay to detour. I think a lot of people don't realize it. They think your life is over because of the detour. And to me, we, husband and I, just ran across a detour. And I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna touch on it a little bit, husband. Mm-mm. Don't get mad with the sister. Mm-mm. So we ran into a detour. And I said, when he told me what happened, I said, I know you fucking lying. What? No. Are you crazy? Not this person. I like this person. I like his wife. What the hell are you talking about? So it's like, what? That was a detour. Because God had to show us this person is not for you. And true, the spouse might not have been there, but y'all still connected. Husband and wives have this thing called pillow talk. You know what's going on. Wait a minute, somebody's on my yard and we not home. Give me a minute. And I got a package on the porch. It's the gardener. Anyway, so like I said, I don't forget what I was saying, but I knew now when you married, you had this thing called pillow talk, right? You talk to your spouse and so this happens, but one of the accusers hang with the friend of the wife. I'm like, wait a minute. All these people hanging together? And you coming after my lifelong boyfriend? What the? Let me take a sip of this. So I was really upset. I was. But it's a detour. Because I know you lying. No, not this person. No, you didn't. How do you sit in that? We invited you to a personal event. We considered you part of when we have something, we invite you. But it's a detour. You understand? Yes, sir. It's a detour. It had to happen. For some reason, God didn't want them a part of this circle. So sometimes you got to think life for what life is presenting to you. You have to think life for presenting it. And I was so disappointed. When I tell you, honey, I was disappointed. I was very disappointed because I like this couple, but I'm sorry, my husband come first. Mm-mm. You come after him, you come after me. It's a package deal, honey. Along with the grandkids, the adults, our adults. Now, the adults, we gotta hear what's going on with them. They're a little suspicious, but they ours. Okay. But yeah, so I just, best of luck to everybody. No hard feelings. It's just that the company has changed. That's all. That's all. You know, there won't be no going to restaurants and stuff like that, getting invited to events and stuff like that. None of that is done. But we're still grown. We still speak. It is what it is. But that's life giving us a detour. That's life telling us to pay attention. And I want everybody to pay attention to who they loving on, who they're friends with, who you eat breakfast with, because sometimes you'll find that a person who works at a store, a Dunkin' Donuts, let's say Dunkin' Donuts, are more genuine than the people you go to work with every day. You understand? And maybe because you don't see them, we only see them in the morning. Like we have a crew at the Dunkin' Donuts we go to, some kind of wonderful. I call my children, you know? So sometimes you don't need friends at work. You just need a couple good people that you say good morning to, have a small talk, and go about your business. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. That's life right there, you know? Like the lady downstairs, she was so nice this morning. I said, now where you been at, honey, all week? I was off, girl. Don't get me wrong, the customer service here is great, but she was just outstanding this morning. I said, I haven't seen you all week. She was like, I was off. I'm just coming back. And I said, okay, well, I'll see you in the morning, dear. But yeah, so just trust the detour. When you miss a bus, maybe you just avoided an accident. When life show you who people are, it's because life don't want them around you. Okay? Because of who they are. We don't know who they are. We don't know how they act when they're not around you. You don't know what's being said about you. Your job lets you go. It's a detour. Cry, do what you gotta do. But then next morning I need you online, figuring it out. Put them applications in and stay off Indeed. They suspicious. Go to the actual company and put your application in, excuse me. Um, Relationships, they break up with you, they don't want to be with you no more. Trust the process. Let them go. It's gonna hurt. And I don't think people realize. Ti said this in one of his songs. How's the same thing making you sad, making you stay? So if this person don't want to be with you, let him go because you're gonna cry whether he stay or whether he go, whether she stay or whether she go. Let him go. It's okay. It's a detour. Trust the process. There's always another way around a detour. Prime example. Excuse me. We came from the outlets yesterday, getting our grandbabies something, our babies, and this thing's still going on. And every time we try to get to the hotel, it's a detour. He had to back out and went another way. It's another detour. Back out, went another way, another detour. He said, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this way and go all the way around this way. And then we came out the hotel. A detour. Life is a detour. And then you can't get angry about it. And sometimes we do, but I'm gonna give you another example. I'm not gonna hold you too long. But with me, with my book, I'm like, I wanted to be with Elite, the company I went with my girls, I think. Was it my girl? No, Master Mercedes. And I'm I was looking for a home, right? Because my first publishing, we had issues. Their communication pissed me off. Because at the end of the day, you work for me. You don't take long talking to me or getting back to me. That's a problem. Oh yeah, I'll switch up and put that boss hat on in a heartbeat. So I don't no longer want to do business with the first publishing company. Yeah. So I went to Elite, and you do everything yourself, and then, you put it on Amazon, and then you pick where you want it to be sold at, right? Okay, so I didn't like that process because in the beginning she didn't say that. It's like you do everything yourself. Only thing you really paying for is the book to be edited. That's about it. And then everything else is on you. I don't have time for that. I go to this place who pays me. I don't have time for that. I'm still a wife. I'm a grandmother. I'm a mother. I have a house. I still have things. I have everyday life has to go on. So to sit here and try to figure out everything with this book is not, I'm not doing that. I write the book, you fix it, and you put it out. That's what I'm paying you to do. Right. Okay. So now I realize I don't want to be in this situation. So now I'm at another detour, second publishing company, another detour. Now, Billboard goes up in Times Square, and now I'm doing business with Barnes and Noble. God's willing, all these detours led me to Barnes and Noble, where my next book is coming out. All I'm gonna put it in the universe. All my books are coming out with Barnes and Noble now because life had to give me a detour, and life had to show me to teach me about books and how it's done, and how you got to pay to keep it. And people don't even realize you have to pay to keep your book on the shelf. They do not put your book on the shelf for free. And it's like I go through so much. It's crazy, but it's a detour. And yes, I'm frustrated. I'm this, I'm that, but I'm like, you know what? I don't have time for this. I'm getting pissed off, and then I run into Barnes and Noble, and here it is. I'm about to release the crossover with Barnes and Noble. Actually, everything has to be turned in on the 6th. And you see, we out here on vacation. Mhm. So life is a detour, whether you like it or not, whether it's a job, whether it's people, whether it's friendship. It's always a detour. It's always a detour. Your children can be found one day, and next thing you know, knock on wood, that nothing happens to anybody's children, but they're sick. Life is a detour, but we have to pay attention to what life is teaching us, you know? So with the Barnes and Noble thing, God's willing. And I told him, I was like, when I had that meeting, I was like, I'm not here to play games with y'all. I said, my third stop will be the last stop for my publisher. I'm done with this. And then by Barnes and Noble being as big as it is, I think I'll come out better. And yes, it might be a little bit more expensive, but the things they have lined up for me is unbelievable. So was the detour worth it? We'll see. But so far, yes, because now look where I'm at. I have another billboard coming up in New York. I have a book signing in Times Square, a dream of mine, So I'm really excited, and my team will be there. You know, my driver, my Misha husband. He ain't got no other choice. So I don't have to see him because he know he better be there. It's my right hand. You understand? So, and our grandbaby, she's going. I would love to see her. Let her see her fancy and lights. So anyway, so always trust the detour. So my detour landed me with Barnes and Noble. Trust the process. We might not like it, but it's a process. Anyway, so I have to go back to being a housewife, doing nothing. Anyway, have a great day. Be kind, get some small breakfast. Have a good day and be kind to one another. And look, let me tell y'all something. Hit the goddamn like button. Y'all sitting here watching the damn video, hit the like button. Hit the like button. That's all I say. I don't give a shit if you don't like the video. Hit the like button. Anyway, I'm about to go for a walk. Have a good day.